Don't forget to like and sub if you enjoyed this video.
Hi guys, Silva here. Another year, another TF Nation special. This time one of the guests visiting the convention is Susan Blue, a notable casting director and a voice actress, known for working on many cartoons, including her appearance as Arcee in the 1986 Transformers movie, Transmutate in Transformers Beast Wars, and the subject of today's review, Transformers Animated Arcee.
Built before the Great War, Teaching Unit RC-687040, known as Arcee for short, was a transformer built to teach the next generation of the Cybertronians. Sadly, due to the war arising, she needed to change her profession and to become an intelligent officer, tasked with protecting the key codes of the Autobots' last line of defense, Omega Supreme. As a person, Arcee is soft and motherly, but that doesn't mean she let herself be pushed around. Her bio describes her as a master sword fighter, escaped artist, with an unhackable brain, etc. Which is a bit funny, since I am relatively sure she wasn't that in the show. Yeah, I just rewatched all the scenes she was in, and not counting the botcon stories, she mostly spends her time lobotomized with an open up head. Bah, she doesn't even get her swords in the show. That's for sure some fake marketing. Of course, I'm not complaining about the toy. I more have issues about how underutilized she was, but all over this toy feels a bit like an afterthought. Like, Arcee's animation model suddenly changed a bit after her toy was released. Like, the animation model wasn't even designed to have a toy. But let's stop talking about the character and let's move on to the product that we're looking at. Released exclusively at Toys R Us stores in the year 2010, Deluxe Class Arcee is a new mold standing at around 14 cm tall. Arcee is cast mostly in pretty cherry pink plastic, with some parts cast in white, black and translucent blue. The issue is, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but this mold has some glitter-like chunks molded into it. Don't worry, it's not as severe as GPS toys, but it does make the toy less sturdy. Arcee also has details painted in pink, black and white. For accessories, Arcee comes with a pair of swords. They didn't appear in the show, but the Allspark Almanac explained them as a gift from Ratchet. Ratchet tried making Arcee a pair of laser pointers to help with her teaching job, but he made them a bit too strong. The swords can slide into her arms, but that should be done really carefully since the swords have really wide handles, and Arcee has really brittle thumbs. Combine that and you get a really awful situation where lots of Arcee thumbs simply snap off. I would really suggest shaving down the side handles of her swords before putting it into her hands. The sword can also be stored in her backpack, giving an actual usage for her giant kibble. The swords are pretty nice accessories, they look good in her hands, allowing for some nice poses. Even though due to the way her body is shaped, I feel it's kinda hard for her to get some more actiony poses. As another accessory, Arcee has a pair of wings, which I don't really get why she has. Maybe it's related to her outmode being designed by Eric Sandler, and Hasbro didn't knew how to include them with the design, so they needed to make it removable. I don't mind them that much, but it just simply feels like more stuff to get lost. For the head sculpt, Arcee has a really nice head with a face painted in pink. Sadly, her lips get a bit lost in all the painting. Also, I need to mention the chin strap. I feel it's a really nice way to design the characters with the traditional animated chin, while still keeping the slimmer proportions. I need to also mention that Arcee has some lovely light piping on her head. For articulation, Arcee's head is ball jointed, shoulders are also ball jointed, elbows are ball jointed, arms can rotate. If you move back her windshield, she has a rotation in the torso, but the joint is not in the waist, but somewhere down her chest. Her side bags are ball jointed, Legs are also technically ball jointed, but that mostly just gives you movement forward and back with almost nothing side to side. Rotation in the thigh, bend the knee, and the toe is also ball jointed. Let's get to the alt mode. Arcee turns into what the box described as a rocket car. You know, it's the typical Arcee deal, where she simply turns into some sort of futuristic space vehicle. It's like one of the two flavors of Arcee, it's either this or a bike, but it's a really simplistic transformation. Arcee simply just kind of like folds up herself with her legs curling inwards. There's only one like weird panel movement that needs to be done from her legs. Sadly, with this way of transformation leaves us with this giant gap in the back of her head, but you know, just don't look behind her and it will be fine. Let's configure. You get to see more of the painted details like the white and silver stripes and the yellow highlights, with the clear blue cockpit being a nice centerpiece. You can even mount her wings as a spoiler, and the sticking out swords can become a pair of backlights. The toy can nicely roll around on the ground thanks to her pinned wheels. So in my final opinion, this toy of Arcee was always like hyped up to me, saying how great she is, how pretty, how rare, how pricey, etc. And like, I feel she's just kinda fine, nothing special. I'm sure that if she wasn't exclusive, there would be much less hype around her. Of course, I'm not saying it's bad. Far from it. It's a really good toy. But it's not the second coming of Primus. Thank you for watching, and thanks to Susan Blue for portraying her and many more characters. Bye.